The road to upscaling universal health care coverage in Kenya is underway, and this far we've seen the government try to make efforts. But the question is, are they substantial strides that are worthy the praise from the taxpayers and Kenyans at large? That is our conversation today on Business Glide, your go-to point on matters public policy analysis, business and economics at large. I'm yours truly, Richard Mwanjo. Always a pleasure. Now to unpack this conversation is Herman Manyora. He is Kenya's most sought-after political analyst and Vihiga's biggest expert. Looking sharp as always, sir.
Thank you.
How have you been doing this week? I mean, come
wonderful,
on.
Wonderful.
People are saying you're going bare knuckles on state leaders on X.
No, I'm not. I'm just a man who loves his country will always point out things that are going wrong.
Someone told me that maybe...
Only those who love their country.
Only those who love their country.
Yes.
Some perceive you to be the perfect case of the diary of an angry man.
Of course, I've written a book of that nature, but let me tell you, this country to go places, to go somewhere, we have to be very angry.
Very angry.
Very angry. Actually mad. You read the papers, you see the things you see, and you can't believe it. You go into depression. So we must be mad to change this country.
So for you, as you say, it's a case of being a patriot at heart.
Yes, it's hard. If some of these things don't pain you, then you don't love your country or you don't know what's going on. And I invite everybody to love this country because this is the only place we have for ourselves and our children and their children.
Talking of which, you've always championed on the issue of universal health coverage and why this is something we should address with utmost seriousness. And this week, we are seeing actually the government try to ramp up its strides. Case in point, we've seen the 100,000 primary healthcare kits being distributed to healthcare promoters just so to walk the talk on universal health coverage. From where you sit, this is just one of the many things the government is trying to do to address UHC. Would you say it is worthy the praise this far?
One of the things people have done to eat money.
One?
Yes.
You see graft in everything the government is doing?
There's no, of course, look here. How prepared are these people to handle the kids? How trained are they?
Community health promoters.
Yeah, how trained are they? Secondly, if you, one of the problems people face, and when people go to India, where South Africa, even in cases like cancer and what have you, the experts always point at one thing called
misdiagnosis.
Correct. Secondly, there is abuse of drugs in its normal sense, which creates dependency. That's so. But there's also abuse in the sense that you are given a drug, midway of taking the drugs, you feel you are better, you throw them away. You develop what we call resistance. So all this mess we want to create with our eyes open like this. And a trained medical personnel expert will tell you this rubbish. You can't work like that. This country should provide quality health care to its citizens through trained health care workers.
Mainstream
you
health
cannot
workers.
do shortcut on people's health. Ati watu wa kusaidia.
Community health promoters.
Yeah, kwa kusaidia. Those ones must offer, those ones should offer public health sensitization. They come to your home, they say, how can you be washing your dishes down here? That's where in the evening, you don't have a toilet in the house. When you are pressed, you rush in outside. Hapa ndio unakojoa. Kesho ndio unaoshea vyombo. Can you even put one pole here, kakitu hapa, spray raft where you can be washing your things?
Sensitization.
Yes.
Just that.
This toilet is surely, even you see, it is full. What will it cost you to do another pit latrine? Look, flies are coming from this toilet to your house. And we laugh. You know, then we say, okay, we don't even have, but then we have young people, this money the government is using, young people who are then mobilized in the village. Kazi kwa mitaa. Not the kazi kwa mitaa kwa vijana doing rubbish on the road and they are rubbish. There's nothing they are doing. Now they are going to homes of people who are not quite capable. They dig a pit latrine for them. You see? What's wrong with this country? Richard, what's wrong with this country of yours? So these kids, maybe somebody saw it as a way to get money.
100,000.
I don't have the details, but I will be so surprised if it is not somebody's project. And I want to see experts in this country. And you know, one of the problems we have in this country are the educated people in this country. Where are the doctors in this country? Where's KPDMU?
KMPDU.
KMPDU. Where are all these professional bodies? KMA, where are they? To come and tell government, do not unleash medical equipment and medical supplies to villagers through people who are not trained. You will cause more harm than the benefit you think you are going to bring. Just let us step up training of nurses, community nurses. The problem with us, we do not know how to do appropriate training. When you take somebody through nursing 3 years, they learn so many things, some of which are not even necessary. The government can train community nurses, even in 6 months, even 3 months, and they can handle these things now. You do not get villagers and tell them they are going to be
promoters.
No, no. Where are the medical experts in this country? 10 years from now, we will be crying. Fellas will have developed resistance to all manner of things. You see, come on, Anielewa?
Yeah.
These gadgets we are buying, maybe we are buying at our taxpayers' cost. I don't know how they have come. I don't know how much money they have cost. I will not be surprised if a pressure, kitu ya kusoma pressure. First of all, it is so useless. It can't work after three weeks or 2 months. Yeah. And secondly, even the person being given. You remember when you are trying to count Kenyans,
true, census,
the young men could not even handle, those who are recruited,
the gadget,
a simple gadget. I don't know whether I'm living in another country. See, I'm talking about Kenya. These people who are doing counting people, they couldn't handle those gadgets to input information. Even the kits for IBC, for biometrics, you can see the mess. So you don't need to take a nurse through 3 years training. Those ones are equipped for other things. But if you want people to offer primary care, promote, filter things, give them 2, 3 or 6 month training. But it will be training undertaken by professionals. The professionals at the end of it will be satisfied that this group of Kenyans can go to the villages and be promoters. You don't just turn villages and give them medical equipment to handle.
So then again, from where you sit, are you saying the conversation right now should be mainstreaming, actually looking at mainstream healthcare providers, yes, and looking at understaffing issue enumeration before we go on,
yes,
community health promoters?
Yes, yes. That one I will not support.
That one you wouldn't support?
No. I will support community, they are called volunteer, yeah. Educating people, sensitizing them on the very obvious things. Look, this house of yours, look at, the last time you swept this house was 3 weeks ago, and you are eating from here. Please, all you need is just get leaves from outside to sweep your house with some little water for the fleas, because you don't have cement. Then after 6 months, somebody says, this house is now better to live in. Those we need, and those can be anybody. But the moment we go into the arena of equipment, medical procedures, medicine, however low, that we must only leave to professionals.
Very well.
Yeah.
A critical component that will see us achieve maximum success in the universal healthcare coverage program is the element of the supply element of it. Supply of essential drugs. Oftentimes we've seen back-to-back shortages in the supply of essential drugs. We've also seen delayed supply of drugs by KEMSA, the authority mandated to do so. Would you then say radical surgeries in our healthcare system has to start with the most basic things such as the KEMSA?
KEMSA, you dismantle it, close it tomorrow. If I'm the one running the country in some way, even at just at level of health, I dismantle KEMSA.
Then what do you replace it with?
We shall do the direct ordering.
Sourcing.
Yeah, direct sourcing as a first step. Anybody trained in line of pharmacy and related fields can tell you where you can get any drug in this world.
Straight from India and the village.
If you want Panadol, we know where it can come from if you are importing it. If it's a drug from Germany, and a trained pharmacist who has worked for 3, 4, 5, up to 10 years should know Trinistar, which is a pressure drug, if it's coming from Germany. Where are the generics? Where are the originals? And all the story about a drug like that. Who are the producers? Who are the intermediaries? And they can just order. And believe me, if one tablet from Kemsa is 100 shillings, if you do like that, it will land here at 10 shillings. But that is the first step. The second step, which is much more important, is to ensure we only import that which we can't produce. Most of these drugs can be produced here.
You have the capacity.
Then you create employment. If we move from 20%, I think we're about 15-20%, I don't have the details, 15-20% of the pharmaceutical needs is what we do here. If we say we are doing 60-80%, you can imagine how much employment we shall create in this country.
Very well done. Before we even bring the show to a wrap, we've seen the social health insurance bill has been flouted, and we are waiting to see it's already in this going to the second reading. And this particular bill seeks to establish the social health authority fund, and this is sort of a latter day NHIF. Would you say it is high time we come with such an authority so that maybe it is actually likely to be a bouncing baby boy, unlike NHIF?
NHIF is a fraud. It has not worked. It's a conduit for people to eat billions, and you saw recently. This other one will be no different.
Social Security Health Authority.
It will be the same. Now, there are two fundamental issues. One, at 2.75%
uptake
from people who are already dying from overtaxation is heartless, is ungodly, is immoral. Is immoral to go to that poor paid Kenyan who must pay 1.5% housing. Pay NSSF, I don't know at how much. Pay I don't know how much. What God knows what else. Now add on 2.7. You must be so heartless, so thoughtless, so immoral. You are almost criminal. That's the first problem. The second problem, which is a bigger problem to me, is you must look at the socio-economic status of this country. A frightening number of Kenyans are so poor, they can't even afford 100 shillings cover. If you told them instead of 500, it's 100. In fact, even if you made it 50 shillings, there will be people who genuinely cannot afford.
Insurance uptake will
Yes, they will not afford. That's the country we live in. That's the reality. So if you are a leader in this country and you don't know that, you have no business being a leader. And for that reason, I advocate free health care. Free quality health care. We can afford it as a country. Free. So that the private hospitals will be handling those people who would want something better than the quality free health care. And the same with education. Kenyans are so poor they cannot afford to pay fees for their children because the country's economy is doing so badly. A majority of us, by our own figures as a country and World Bank, more than 50% of us live below the poverty line. This kind of people cannot pay fees for their children. So you have free education and leave schools, top schools, for those who don't want to take their children to these beautifully funded, wonderful private public schools. They will be the lowest school in Kenya should be like Alliance High School, and it is public, and it is free, and the universities are free. If you feel Alliance is not good enough for you, you can now go to Academy, Brookside. They are called what?
Yeah, Brookside.
Brookcast. Makini, those things.
School.
Group of schools. They are called group of
schools.
Yeah, we shall allow them, so that those who cannot, so that we don't have to see these small little things they are calling academies, which are even dispensing poison, because they are teaching exams. You know that?
Sure.
Especially primary school. These academies are teaching exams. They are not teaching students, pupils. They are teaching exams. And we know, we are the experts. We know they are teaching exams. Nothing else. So to avoid that, let's give people free education quality. But we shall not stop somebody taking their children to this group of schools. When you give good quality health care, Nairobi Hospital will be there. Aga Khan will be there. Top missionaries hospital, they will be there. You want something extra. After all, you have worked hard. You have made your millions. You have billions. You don't even want to share. Although it is good. In some countries, you can't open a private hospital. Who will go there?
But with all honesty, sir, you call yourself, okay, people say you are self-proclaimed economist.
Yes.
And with all due honesty,
yes.
for an economy like Kenya, which is yet to reel back fully from
yes.
the adverse effects of COVID-19,
yes.
Are you saying that we are in a position to afford free healthcare, at least not in the long term, but in the medium or short term?
Yes, tomorrow or yesterday.
Not long term?
Oh, look here. If you look at the amount of money we have budgeted for health, I'm not asking an extra. The one that goes to the counties and the one that remains at the national level and constitutionally.
Even without donor support?
No, I'm forget about donor give you nothing. Donors is a lie. There is nothing like donor. That's a lie. I've been a member of a county board. I know. There is nothing. The money we use is our money from the treasury. These donors just give you a sprinkling of small things. There is nothing about donors. So the money that is coming into health from the treasury, all of it today, including the money people pay for NHIF. If you put together here, you offer free quality health care. Free quality. You walk in, you walk out.
Tumbagadi, yeah. Kumwani hospital,
yes.
No fee.
Mama anaingia anafanya mambo yake, anatoka na katoto yake anaenda nyumbani. Free.
Hakuna 50 ya kitabu.
Na anapewa kitanda kama ya Nairobi Hospital, in a public school hospital. You have not added a cent. Let anybody come and challenge me here.
Labda 250 bob ya kitabu ya kuandikisha.
Hakuna kitu. All you need is to be a Kenyan.
Your ID, you walk in.
ID or biometric. You are a Kenyan, Richard Mwenja, ingia ndani. Pata the best you can.
Walk out.
The best cancer care centers. Dialysis, we can afford. Let me tell you, Richard. I used to hear dialysis. And the people used to queue in Nairobi. You come, you are queued for 6 months or 3 months. People used to come and stay with us because they are coming for dialysis. Mtu anakuja anakaa kwa nyumba yako. Until hata wewe unakuwa mgonjwa unaona vile anaumia. I used to think it was a very expensive thing. Then, when I got to know the cost, I was shocked. Every village hospital, government hospital can afford these facilities. So it is the thinking. We open up our thinking. We don't allow cheap capitalism to lead us into doing business with the people's health. Because ultimately we will pay for it. Because only a healthy nation can prosper. I don't know what I'm saying.
Only a healthy nation can prosper. Very well. There you have it. That has been the conversation today, talking matters, health reforms that we need as a country. And you've heard it from the firebrand himself, Herman Manyora. Time now for Fan of the Week. It is none other than Albert Kiach, doctor at Vihiga Referral Hospital.
Oh, in my village?
Yeah, Albert Kiach.
Albert.
Yeah.
Thank you, Albert. Thank you for being part of this family.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
Asante sana, Dr. Albert Kiach. We invite you to be a fan of the week. Head over, slide in my DM on X at Mwenja Richard. Send me your name and where you're watching the show from, and you'll grace our subsequent editions. But also remember to tune in to our other programs on the channel with Jadiel Kabiro, Evan Sokinyi, and Mundia Gitau. Until then, God bless.